Today, I want to talk to you about being a tool. But seriously, I want to talk to you about tools because tools are things that we use every single day in order to fulfill our purpose. So when I talk about a tool, when we talk about a tool, what we're talking about is something that you use in order to fulfill your purpose. It could be anything that you use to fulfill your purpose. It could be an actual physical product. It could be a service. It could be a conversation. It could be a smile. It could be a sandwich. It could be a coffee. It could be anything that you use. It could be your education. Anything that you use to fulfill your purpose with. So I want to talk about two things today. First, there are like 5 categories that I've noticed over the years that our tools tend to fall in. So I want to share those. And then I actually want to talk to you about labels and tags that we have that actually help and hinder us from being able to fulfill our purpose. So let's jump in to talk about the 5 categories that all tools fall underneath. The first one is people. There are people that we have that if we didn't have those people in our lives, at our workplaces, in our communities, in our countries, we never would be able to fulfill our purpose. So one of the key things is to recognize, well, who are those people? They could be currently in your life. They could have been in your life in the past, but you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that if that person had not come across your path, you never would have been able to fulfill your purpose the way that you are now. And again, just to define purpose, if you haven't watched some of the other videos that are on this channel, a purpose is a why, not a what. Your purpose is why you're here, not what you do. What you do, which are the tools that you use every single day. So the what that you do has to align with why you're here, or you are going to end up being devalued and discarded and very dissatisfied with the outcomes that you produce, simply because they just don't align and they don't fulfill on why you're here. They don't fulfill in your purpose. So look at the people in your life, look at the people in your company, in your community, and who is it that you would identify that actually you know that you would not be able to fulfill your purpose without those people. Those become key and significant relationships to you, and you are naturally going to protect those relationships. You're going to nurture those relationships. So just know that you want to spend time and energy on those particular relationships, because without those people, you know that you wouldn't be able to actually fulfill your purpose. So my example, I'm here to help you realize your purpose. We are here to transform you to fulfill that purpose as Servant Development. There are key people in my life, in our life as a company, that I know that if those people were not there, my wife being one of them, my children and family being others in that mix, that if I didn't have those people in my life and those supports, key friends, key colleagues, key teammates, if those people weren't in my life, I know that I would not be able to help you realize your purpose, or us be able to transform you to fulfill your purpose, without the mastery, without the efficiency and effectiveness that we have currently. So the second is time. How do you spend your time? How are you spending your time? And a very simple exercise is to take a look at your calendar, at your schedule, and just go, what did I do this week? And did that actually help me fulfill my purpose or not, or help us fulfill our purpose or not? How are you spending your time as a company? What are you focused on? What are you focusing on as a community, as a country? Are those things actually helping you fulfill your purpose? Now, the key is you got to know what your purpose is. That's the first step. So if you haven't done that, we have frameworks that help you do that. You can check those out at servant.tools. Next, after time, is money. Money is an incredible resource, an incredible tool that we all have, to varying degrees, obviously, but how do we actually use the money that we have, the money that we've been given? How do we steward that money to actually fulfill our purpose? Again, just look at your budget. Look at what you spent this week, this month, this year, and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourselves. If you're going, if you're looking at it as a company, did the things that we spend our money on, did those things actually help us fulfill our purpose or not? Very humbling conversation, and you have to be completely honest with that in order to actually really understand where you need to put your time and your money and the people that you actually need to be able to fulfill your purpose day in, day out. Next, after that, are methods. So that's number 4 is methods. Methods are simply a way of doing something. So what are the ways you use that you utilize every single day, or at certain times throughout the year? What methods do you use to be able to fulfill your purpose with? So that could be anything from how you go about doing something. It's any sort of process that you can analyze like that. It could be the education that you have, because education is just a methodology that we utilize to actually understand better, gain knowledge and gain wisdom, and to be able to fulfill our purpose. And there's education that we all have that was a complete waste of time, a complete waste of money. I got a list that I don't use any of that stuff at all anymore. Those things I have learned that that was a complete waste of time, complete waste of money, and complete waste of an education, because I don't use those things in actually helping other people realize their purpose. However, those are some key insights, because that's where the lessons are learned. If you can be honest with your mistakes and go, you know what, that was actually just a complete waste of time, money, and effort, and that that method is not going to help me, man, is that transforming, because you can actually let those things go and start to pick up the things that will be helping you. Invest your time and money in those particular areas, and surround yourself with those people that are going to help you fulfill your purpose. So methods is just simply looking at, okay, well, how? So if you've watched some of the other videos, your mission, how you actually go about doing something, that's a key method that you use day in, day out. So as you work through this process, as you go over these videos, if you're going through them in order, look for the one that is about determining your mission, because in there you can understand the key tools that you need in order to actually fulfill, and what methods you use in order to fulfill on your purpose. Lastly, materials. That's just the stuff that we have. So what stuff do you have as a person, as a family, as a company, as a community, as a country? What stuff do you have, resources do you have available that actually you need to be able to fulfill your purpose? And just make the list. This is the stuff that I use on a regular basis. This is the stuff that actually I thought should work, I thought would work, but it's actually just clutter. It's just clutter in my life. Purge that stuff. Get rid of it so you can make room for the stuff that you actually need to be able to fulfill your purpose. So those are the 5 categories: people, time, money, methods, and materials. Next, I want to share a little bit about labels. We all use labels to explain something about us. So that's the first thing about labels. Labels explain something about us, be it us as a person, us as a company, a family, a community, a country. Those tags, I like to call them, they tell us something about ourselves. But here's where we run into some issues. We actually use those labels as an identifier, to identify ourselves with, to identify our company with, to identify our community and our countries with. And that's where everything goes awry. Simply because labels are not meant to define us. They're simply meant to explain something about us. You are actually defined by the purpose you have. Why you are here defines you. It actually shapes who you are. It tells you who you need to be. So who you are, that's a label. Who you would say you are, that's a label. I have, a beard. That's a label. That is something about me, but I'm not defined by my beard. I could shave this off and I'm still me. Now, I like my beard, so I don't intend to do that any day soon. However, that is just simply a label that people can go, oh, Shane's the guy with the beard. Again, it doesn't define me. It just helps explain, something about me. So somebody's looking for me in a crowd, they can go, oh, there's Shane, with the fulfill your purpose and the beard. Again, this hat, just a label, right? These are things that we use to explain ourselves with, not define ourselves with. So we'll dig in deeper into that, but I wanted to share that today because I see that everywhere that I go, that people are trying to identify or define themselves by the labels that they've been given, or the labels that they've given them themselves, without realizing that those things don't bring any value to them. They actually just explain something about themselves. Your value comes from why you're here and your ability to fulfill on that. That's the valuable piece about each and every one of us, about each and every company, about each and every community and country and family. It's the purposes that we have, and as we fulfill them, that's the value we bring to this world. All right. Well, that's tools. We're going to dig into more as we go through on this channel. Thanks for joining us here. Thanks for joining me as a part of this conversation, and I'll see you in the next one.